Three, two, one. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies with Nerd is a New Bully. I'm your host, Leroy, with my co-host.
This is Eli.
Eli is back. And yeah, we're back with another episode. And yeah, we want to start this off. So, Eli, we're sitting at what? Episode 99?
Are we? Oh, shit.
So. Maybe my math is off. I don't know. I hadn't really looked at it. But maybe the next week we're going to do some kind of grand, spectacular something. I don't know.
Sky was turning purple. There was people running everywhere.
Right. So we'll I was thinking about that too. But we'll see how it goes. Before we move on to that, Eli, we always start the show off with bad news. Let's start the show off with good news.
Sure.
Okay. Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson, we all, consider her to be the hottest woman on the planet, right? Most people.
Pretty sure. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, it's a safe answer. It's a sure safe answer.
Yeah.
Hottest woman on the planet. Let's just go with that. So she got engaged.
Again?
Yeah, she's collecting Infinity Stones now, but yeah.
Oh damn, I'm way out of the loop. I thought she was boning Ryan. I was gonna say Ryan Johnson. Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, before we go to where we're going to, let's start with the Ryan Reynolds thing. The Ryan Reynolds thing is actually very, very interesting and does apply to comic books. Believe it or not. Because that's what killed their marriage.
Oh.
Let's go back to this. So yeah, she was married to Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Around 2010, 2011, something like that. So in 2011, what happened? What movie did Ryan Reynolds come out with?
In 2010?
2011.
Oh, was it not Aquaman? Green Lantern, right?
Green Lantern. So Green Lantern came out. It was supposed to be his big thing. It was supposed to be his breakout role. That was supposed to be his movie. And it bombed. Completely flopped. That was it. Fast forward next year to 2012. What movie did Scarlett Johansson come out with?
Oh, she was in the Avengers.
She was in the Avengers. So she became a much, 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 much bigger star than him while he was on his way out. So obviously they said that Green Lantern basically killed their marriage. But something else happened that was very interesting. Who is Ryan Reynolds married to now?
I have no idea. I thought they were married. Okay. That's how much I know.
I don't know why I keep up with tabloid stuff, but I find it very interesting. So his wife now is, I know she's hot. I can't remember her name. Some hot chick. Whoever the hot chick from...
I would imagine so.
He's Ryan Reynolds. He's gonna get a hot chick no matter what.
Yeah, I wouldn't think he wouldn't get a non-hot chick. He got
ScarJo at first, so he's not gonna downgrade. He's gonna make a lateral move.
Yeah.
But she was on a CW show or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, whoever it was, she was his co-star on Green Lantern.
Oh, that broad. What's
that
her
broad.
name?
Yeah. So I'm thinking that.
What the fuck's her name?
I can't remember her name.
Yeah, she was in The Town. That's what. That's what I know.
That's all I know. She's just a hot chick in every movie she plays in. That's all I remember. You know, that shark movie that came out a while ago. She was in that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kate Blanchett? No, not Kate.
No, not her.
Kate Blanchett. I can't. Fuck.
Well, it doesn't matter. I think we're getting off beside the point. But
we're not that much. Yeah, we're nerds, but we ain't that.
We ain't that nerdy, right? Anyway, the DCEU killed their marriage. Fast forward to what we have now. So apparently, ScarJo, we had Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds also, we're both heterosexual men, but we can admit that that's a handsome dude. He's won sexiest man alive a bunch of times and stuff like that. That's cool. So who is she married to?
I can see why chicks dig him.
Yeah, it's
and
pretty easy.
And non-chicks, not to.
Yeah, he's not our man crush Monday or anything like that. We're just stating an obvious fact.
Yeah.
Chicks are into him. So who is ScarJo marrying now? Obviously, some male model or superhero or something like that.
Mannequin boy, yeah.
Yeah, you would think that. Nah, she's marrying Colin Jost from Saturday Night Live.
Who the fuck is that?
Right.
Fat guy?
So my whole thing is that it kind of makes sense. Okay, so and that's why I want to talk about this now, because I want to give some relationship advice. Like comic book bullies, we like to be well versed and well rounded. Talk about everything. Because I think what we do know, we know what not to do in relationships. So I think we can talk about that. And let's talk about this whole thing with ScarJo marrying basically a comedian.
Yeah.
So maybe you don't have abs. Maybe you're not as beautiful or handsome as Robert Pattinson, who we'll talk about later on, but we're not going to talk about that right now. But basically, the thing you can do if you don't have all that stuff, make her laugh. That's all you got to do, just make her laugh.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, the trick is make her comfortable. But the trick is to make her laugh with you, not at you. There is a difference. And so You do
Yeah, because
that,
who's this, what's his name? Peter Davidson, or is that his name?
Pete Davidson
That
always
motherfucker.
landing hot chicks.
Yeah, like what the fuck? And he looks like a fucking meth head. Like he probably
Right.
is a meth head.
He probably is. Well, Method is probably underselling it. Don't tell him what he's taking.
Yeah, he looks like he looks like Gollum and shit.
Right.
He hasn't slept in like 20 years.
Right, but every time you turn around, he's got a hot chick with him. Matter of fact, all those Saturday Night Live guys are like that. David Spade, had like Heather Locklear and shit back in the day.
I thought it was just money, but
I mean, that probably is too, but I think it's a lot of times that those guys.
Scarjo don't need money. I mean, shit.
Yeah, they don't need money. So they're rich, so obviously it's something else they're doing. I mean, it's obviously they're making them laugh, and that's how they're getting them. So, yeah, make a chick laugh, go after Scarlett Johansson. There you go.
Yeah.
You heard it from Scott Book. So if this advice works for anybody out there listening, we want to be invited to the wedding, and we will do a podcast.
Yeah, thank us. Yeah.
Yeah, and she better be hot because if not, we're leaving. Oh, we're gonna talk about that. Oh, okay. Now we can talk about what everybody is talking about on Twitter. Well, what everybody was talking about on Twitter. We're behind, Eli.
Are we?
Yeah, we're late. This is how fast the news cycle moves. But let's talk about Game of Thrones. Oh, not
okay.
Let you talk about Game of Thrones because I didn't watch it.
So you want to talk about Game of Thrones?
I don't want to talk about it, but I mean, my Twitter timeline feed has talked about it so much. I feel like I watched the show without watching the show.
Oh, okay. You tell me what happens, and I'll.
Okay, I'll tell you what happened.
What do you think happened?
I'll tell you what happened based on my social media timeline.
Okay,
I have not
that'll be a
seen
funner
one
conversation.
frame of episode of this show. Yeah. So apparently, there was a fight, and the guy in the wheelchair became the Game of Thrones
champion.
The throne guy, I guess, and that's the show.
I guess was there a fight? Was there a fight?
I don't know. I think I made up the fight. Nobody actually talked about a fight, but I
but you're right. You're right.
Fight.
Yeah,
it would make sense for it to be a fight.
Yeah, the kid in the wheelchair, Bran. Yeah, he's president.
Okay. So, and I know a lot of people were upset about that. So.
Yeah, I think it's just all disappointment from the whole season in general. This season did feel rushed, and they just kind of half-assed everything just to wrap everything up because they only had one more season to do so.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is. I think it was a combination of that. People were bitch ever since the long night battle. I mean, people were bitching about the White Walker War, and everyone was talking about how dark it was. Regardless, yes, it was a little dark, but there was some great moments. I mean, Arya killing the Night King was dope. I don't give a shit what anybody says. But I think it began with that, and then you go into, Daenerys, losing her shit and becoming a villain all of a sudden in the second to last episode. This hero everybody was rooting for all of a sudden turns evil. I think that fucked everybody up. Okay. And so by the time the finale comes on, I mean, for me, I had a hard time giving a shit. I go, okay, she needs to die all of a sudden. I never thought I'd want Dany to die, but now I am.
I mean, did she?
Yeah, Jon Snow killed her.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, spoilers.
No, the whole world has watched it, or at least saw the spoilers on social media. So
I mean, and then it just wrapped everything up. Everyone sort of living happily or whatever, mediocrely ever after. You know what I mean? Kind of that's what it was. The rest of the episode was just fixing up all loose ends, establishing this government, so to speak, where they're not going to, they're no longer going to do royalty. They're going to choose their kings instead of
going by now.
Yeah, they're a sense of democracy, a sort of a sense, or of a Congress.
Republic.
This republic, this committee is going to choose the king because they did mention, let the people vote, and everyone laughed at them and shit. It was kind of funny.
like us.
Yeah, it's like, what? Let everybody decide? Like my dog? Like, can my horse decide too? And, laughed at the idea. It was kind of funny and shit, which was a good dig on whatever. But
we were not going to go there. We could. But
we're not. You get it,
right?
But like you said, it was just okay, sure. It's over. It's over now. I think had there been a payoff that everybody wanted, I think people would have responded better. But I think everyone just kind of finds it lackluster. You know, being invested for 7 years, and this show has not been nice. This show has brought the viewers, just brought them through the ringer. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just dragged them, just raked them through the coals, like killing off fan favorite characters every, other season, and just really, fucking with our emotions. So after, enduring all that heartache, I think people felt they demanded some sort of, payoff, and I guess they feel a little robbed, that there would be some sort of happy ending after all this bullshit we had to, go through, that there would be some sort of, grand epic conclusion. And it really wasn't. It was just like, okay, this is what happens. Your favorite characters, well, they really don't do anything.
Wow.
They just all kind of go on their merry way. Nobody's favorite character is now the king. And your favorite character, one is a pussy who, finally does something cool in the end. The queen everyone was rooting for, the one who freed the slaves, turned out to be a twat. And gets killed by the pussy, So,
wow.
And yeah, it's just like, whatever. Yeah, it's over now. Okay, let's move on. What are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do with our lives?
Right. So maybe find another show to bitch about. I don't know.
Yeah, and being that, member, Game of Thrones was the Lord of the Rings for hipsters. This was, non-nerds' first foray into nerddom.
Right.
They're like, oh shit, what do I do now? Like, motherfuckers, how long real nerds have been dealing with this type of shit?
Right. We get one thing and it just disappears and we got to find something else,
Yeah, You're lucky this went on as long as, and it was as well produced as it was.
Right. Because shows like these are expensive. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they said it's like the most expensive show that's ever been made.
Yeah. A TV show with that level of production, first time it's ever been done.
Right. Because a movie is different. A movie is like an hour and a half, 2 hours done. This is a whole season.
Yeah. For 7 years.
Right.
You thought Lord of the Rings was long. This is
right. So overall, so you agree with the outrage of the internet that they want to do like what they saw in Avengers Endgame and go back in time and rewrite the last episode?
I don't. No, I wasn't like, no. The fuck, that petition's stupid. I felt that came out of no. I was okay. If you're gonna do that, if you're gonna make Daenerys crazy, then we should have got like one more season. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You should have established that, not all of a sudden pull this out of your ass and oh, she's a Targaryen. It's because her dad was crazy. She's crazy too. That's just stupid.
The crazy gene was activated.
Yeah, like by that not logic, Jon Snow should be crazy too.
Right.
It's just dumb. So the petition aside, whatever. It's whatever. But I agree to a certain extent. I'm not like outraged. I'm not like, oh, this is the worst thing. My life is ruined, like most of these, pussies are.
Right.
I'm just like, whatever. It's over now. And I gotta admit, whatever I feel about this show or what the finale, it was a cool show. For 7 years, I was entertained, thoroughly entertained. Some of the greatest moments in TV history, I gotta say happened on the show. So I gotta give it up to that. So just for that, they get the beer spill for that.
Okay. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all worth it. I mean, every season not going to be worth it. But if you could look at a show that's just awesome, and it gave you that experience, and then the show is ending, you're like, oh, man. Like when you're watching a show on Netflix, and then you get to the final show, and then it's done. You're done Netflix binging watching. You're just like, oh, man. Now what do I do?
Yeah.
So anytime a show gives you that type of feel, I give it a pass. Whether I'm into it or not, I give it a pass. So.
Yeah.
But that being said, like I said, because we do feel like people bitch too much about just everything and anything. Like maybe it could have been down to the point that no matter what they would have done with the season finale of Game of Thrones, they were going to bitch no matter what.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is name our favorite season finale episode of any show of all time.
Of any show.
Of any show.
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna give you time to think, but can I name one? Like I said, we're not gonna do a list. We just can just name some that we like. I'm gonna name The Office.
Okay. Yeah, that was good.
That was good. I'm gonna say The Office was there. I'll give another one. I'll say Smallville. Smallville gave me a satisfying conclusion. He actually became Superman at the end. Beat Darkseid, did all that shit that she'd been waiting 10 years to see. He couldn't fly, couldn't wear the suit and all the shit. In the last episode, he did it. So, satisfying conclusion. Oh, by the way, I did see Gotham.
I watched it too. Just for the fuck of it, I watched the last episode. That shit
sucked, man.
Yeah, I found myself not caring.
I'm like, we waited all for this? Fuck this.
Yeah.
All right.
Is it my turn? I got to think of a...
I'll give one more.
Okay.
Friends.
I never watched Friends, but okay.
The last episode where Ross and Rachel will they, won't they? I know you're going to hate this. A Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, no, I never watched that either.
For listeners, obviously you realize I watch a lot of sitcoms. I'm not really into, Game of Thrones, stuff like that, but give me a good sitcom like, I don't know, 2.5 Men or some shit, and I watch that shit all day.
Yeah. Fuck, I'm having a hard time thinking of something.
Oh, so basically you hate every season finale.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to think of what shows that I actually stuck with that long. The Office is probably one of them.
Yeah.
Of course, Community, but was that actually a finale, or because that show just ended?
That's the thing. It's kind of hard to see because I think they gave it. Well, remember they did say 6 seasons in a movie.
Yeah.
So,
they haven't made the movie yet.
No movie, but they did give 6 seasons, and it did have a conclusion to it.
Sort of, yeah.
Sort of.
They left it open like they always did because that's the thing about Community. They never knew if they were gonna get renewed.
Right.
So they always left it open. They kind of wrapped things up, but then they also left things open. So
yeah. So I can't really say it was a satisfying conclusion because they left it too open-ended. You're right about that, so I can't count.
But by that time, half the stars were gone. I mean, who was left? I mean,
yeah, and then even they were leaving. They were like, "Oh fuck, I'm out too." So even if the shit does come back, I'm out.
Yeah, they only had Donald Glover was gone, Shirley was gone, yeah, Pierce was gone.
Yep.
Yeah, most of the original cast was gone. So yeah, but I don't know. Firefly. That's another show that just ended.
Can't count Fire. No, that didn't. Well, okay. Are we counting Serenity?
Serenity as the season finale?
I'd almost count that. But
it's a movie.
Was Joss Whedon counting that as that's going to be it?
I think he did count it at that was his way of wrapping up his
the whole
show.
Storyline. Okay, if that's the case, I'd go with that. I'd go with that because Serenity was a satisfying conclusion to Firefly.
Yeah. Fuck. What else? I can't think of anything because I never finished Dexter, and I heard about what happened, so it's like, fuck it.
People said Lost sucked. I never saw the last episode of that.
I never really watched Lost.
Dallas had a satisfying conclusion.
Oh, I never watched Dallas. That's old school too.
That's old school. J.R. Ewing. We watched Dallas. That was our family tradition. Friday night was Dallas and Falcon's Crest. I think yeah, we watched it every night. And Dukes of Hazzards.
Yeah, Knight Rider and all that shit. But I don't remember the season finales. So fuck. Yeah, all I got Sopranos. I watched that shit, but that shit sucked.
Everybody tell me Sopranos. Now here's the thing about the season finale, the series finale of Dallas. The last episode with J.R. Ewing shot himself. But when they rebooted the show in like the 2010s, they revealed that he didn't shoot himself.
Okay.
So, and then the show just kept going on, and J.R. Ewing was there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad about that, but I'm still counting it. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll go with Community and Firefly. That's all I got.
I'll give you Firefly. Community.
That shit just got canceled.
It did feel like a satisfying conclusion with what they gave. Basically, Jeff came to terms that he's stuck there. He's not leaving. He wished everybody goodbye. So he pretty much did what they said they're going to do, and they pretty much said that this is it. They're leaving. So I'd go with that. So.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like the last episode ever, yeah, I guess that's what I got.
Okay, so basically what we're saying that one more, Angel. Angel's awesome.
Oh, I never watched that either.
Oh
That's
yeah,
Buffy,
like the last
right?
episode. Well, the last frame of the last scene of the last episode was basically every single one of Hell's armies rushing at Angel and his crew, and it was like, okay, here we go, and that's how it ended. They're like,
Huh.
that's fucking badass. Okay. Oh,
Right on.
that's all I got. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, we came to the conclusion that pretty much the majority of last episodes of series finale suck. So no matter what they
Pretty
do, they're
much,
gonna
yeah.
bitch. Yeah.
I mean, by that time, yeah. I mean, I used to love the X-Files, but after a while, I stopped giving a fuck.
And that's kind of the problem. Like most of the time when these shows end, that's mainly because the shows are going to shit anyway.
Yeah, so yeah,
What can you do?
yep, pretty much.
All right. That being said, can we actually move into the podcast?
Yeah,
Okay, we fucked off for long enough. Now we actually talking, getting to it, and get down to brass taxes. And Eli, give it to me. What was the #1 movie of the week?
heard it was John Wick, yo.
It was John Wick, shooting up the competition and almost doubling #2, which was Avengers Endgame. And so
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you come back to John Wick. We're gonna just go down the list. We got #3, Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Say that shit 5 times fast. We got #4, A Dog's Journey. We have #5, The Hustle. #6, The Intruder. #7, Long Shot. #8, The Sun Is Also a Star. Well, duh, what the fuck is supposed to be? #9, Palms. And #10, Ugly Dolls. So, yeah, so it's a nice, tight 3-way competition. Like I said, Detective Pikachu almost beat Avengers Endgame this way. It's like Endgame and Pikachu are like right there,
Yeah,
But John Wick just ran away with it. So, yes, John Wick finally took down the Avengers. John Wick is the Thanos of the movie industry. But before we get into that, let's talk about where Endgame is right now. Right now, Endgame is sitting at a nice $2.6 billion. And so,
nice.
I think it's #2. So it did beat Avatar domestically, but even then, it only puts it #2 worldwide. Right now, it only needs about 150 million left to beat Avatar.
Well, it's still got.
It's
Hasn't been a month yet. It's
I
still
think
in
it has. I think we're right at a month.
26th. Well,
Yeah.
it'll be a month this week, right? This week. I believe.
Yeah, I'm saying like this week. So basically, it's coming up on the month right now, which
Yeah.
that's pretty. But then you got all these other movies coming out like X-Men, and X-Men's not gonna make their money. But I think it's something else coming out. Aladdin's this week.
Yeah. Godzilla is coming. out.
Godzilla. So we got actually good movies coming out, not just X-Men. That are actually gonna cause damage to the box office. So that's gonna be a thing. But Eli, I know you saw John Wick.
Mhm.
You want to give a review real quick, non-spoilery?
Non-spoiler review. It's
Yeah.
dope.
Okay, well.
5 out of 5. 5.5 out of 5.
John Wick, the Get Valiant of action movies.
That's cool. If you like John Wick, the John Wick movies, you'll like this one. It's just continuation of the story. It's, more crazy ass action scenes. Every action scene tops the last action scene. You don't get bored. You don't get, it doesn't get monotonous seeing the same old shootouts and fight scenes. It's, they mix it up. You got car chases, horse chases. You got, Halle Berry. Damn, yeah, Halle Berry rocking her own stunts. That shit was cool.
They showed a clip of her like when she was going through the gun range, like Keanu Reeves was last movie. They showed her doing it too, doing the same shit. So
yeah, she was cool. She did a good job, and her attack dogs. That her whole scene was cool.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just more of the same. You're starting to learn more about this. This world, this secret League of Assassins that run the world. This Illuminati society that has basically killers around every corner of every place in the world.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I still like the first one the best, just because of the plot was so simple and you kind of gave a shit.
Yeah.
It was such a simple concept. They killed his dog, and he goes on a revenge murder spree, and you kind of give a shit. There's some dramatic,
right. Well, they
weight
hinted
to
at, it was a deeper story going on, but they didn't really dwell on it too much. About the secret society and the hotel and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of felt for him. He and Keanu Reeves played the tortured ex-assassin quite well. And then as the movies go on, you see part 2 and part 3. You don't give a shit about it. He's just
shoot people. I mean, you're there to see him shoot people. That's all. It's gun
that's
porn.
right.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's gun
that's
porn.
all it is, and it's great. That's all you're.
That's all it needs to be.
Yeah, So, yeah, just a good, fun action flick. I had a smile on my face the whole time. Crazy action, outdoing itself. This is like the top tier of action movies now. It's hard to top these movies. Like The Raid inspired this new wave of hyper-realized stylistic violence.
Okay.
So go check out John Wick 3. It's dope.
Gotcha. And now, can we please dispel this myth that Keanu Reeves is a bad actor? Let's just throw that out the window right now, because Keanu Reeves has been doing this for 3 decades now.
Yeah.
You can't be bad at your job for 3 decades. It doesn't work that way. So obviously he's good at doing something. So is he Meryl Streep? Is he going to win an Oscar? No. But the roles that he plays, he has iconic roles like John Wick, like The Matrix, like Bill and Ted. Fuck it, Speed. I mean, we can keep going down the list. We can keep naming roles that he has iconic roles of playing. You can't be bad at your job if you keep getting jobs and keep making money. That's like the whole point of this thing. So yeah. Everybody that says, any critic that says that Keanu Reeves is a bad actor, tell them to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So.
He directed a kung fu movie too called Man of Tai Chi.
Yeah, because he's like 1 in 32 Asian or something.
Yeah, and he knows like martial arts. He like learned kung fu for The Matrix.
Right.
Legitimately learned how to do all that shit, which is why he does a lot of his own stunts in John Wick. So
because they got to get an action guy to do that, a guy that basically because you got a stuntman directing that shit.
Yeah, and the Man of Tai Chi, he plays the bad guy.
Yep. Now I don't know who directed. I don't know if the same guy directed part 3, directed part 2, but I found out that director of part 2 used to be Brad Pitt's stunt double in all his movies.
Okay. Yeah. Well. He was Keanu Reeves' stunt double in The Matrix.
Oh yeah.
And he made all the 3. He made all the 3 John Wick movies. He did Atomic Blonde. He did Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
And I guess he's directing the what's it, Hobbs and
Shaw. Yeah, the
that shit. Yeah, he did that too.
Oh, yeah, you got me excited for that. So
I actually am.
So we're gonna review a Fast and the Furious movie one of these days.
I'll finally go see one in the theater.
Yep. Oh, and they've already greenlit John Wick 4.
Yeah.
It already
I'm
has
just
a date,
saying, like,
so.
I'm like, how are they going to top this? Because these action scenes are just getting crazier and crazier.
Gonna go to space. He's
Yeah,
gonna go to
no
space.
shit.
That's all that's gonna happen.
Yeah. There's a great scene in the beginning where in a library involving a book.
Oh wow. Okay.
And like the theater I was in, it was packed. People were clapping and laughing, and it was fun. It was just a good time. You know what I mean? So.
Hey, John Wick, old school action. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That we said that we actually move into the main topic that everybody has been having debates on right now. We can just jump into it. Also, what we want to talk about is the Batman. We always talk about Batman on this show for some reason. That's kind of a podcast. So I guess we got to. And yeah, so apparently the Batman has been cast. Ben Affleck's replacement has been cast, reportedly, or maybe it's a rumor, and they're saying it's Robert Pattinson of Twilight fame. Well, there's nothing confirmed yet. They're saying it's either him or Nicholas Hoult. For those who don't know who Nicholas Hoult is, he's Beast from the new X-Men movies. So
yeah,
one of those guys. So those are your choices. Those are your Batmen. So.
Batman, yeah. It's funny, men being the term.
Right.
The key term.
Well, man, I guess the term men is different than what we grew up. We grew up with, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone,
Yeah.
Now we got Twilight, supposed to be the baddest motherfucker in movies.
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know. He looks like he's like 12 years old. That's all.
Like, you want to be Nightwing, okay, but Batman?
Yeah, or Robin. He could play Damien.
He said Damien.
He could be in the Super Sons movie.
Fuck you, Dad. Yeah, I can see you doing it. Okay, so basically, we're not jumping on the bandwagon about, oh well, let's give him a chance. My thing is, okay, we haven't seen a single Franklin's movie, so I'm not gonna boycott. I'm not gonna go on change.org, and help sign a petition or create a petition saying to get rid of this guy, because we've seen this before. We've seen too many times. Pretty much every Batman actor that has ever gotten a role, we've bitched about.
Pretty much.
Ben Affleck, we bitched about. Michael Keaton, we bitched about. Christian Bale, we didn't bitch about. Everybody was cool with Christian Bale.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what? Nobody had a problem with Val Kilmer either.
Yeah, or George Clooney, but did we give a fuck by then?
By George Clooney, we didn't.
Yeah.
By Val Kilmer, we did. But we were just like, okay. We were like, okay,
Sure.
We'll give him a chance. We'll see where he can go with that. George Clooney, we really didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But now we're looking at Robert Pattinson and Eli. Like I said, we haven't released it yet. Now, Eli and I, listeners, have recorded a Batman '89 commentary podcast. We haven't released it yet. We will. We're waiting on a perfect time to do it. We're going to get the best hits. But we've done it, and we've noticed some certain things about the movie. Now, everybody loves Michael Keaton in that role as Batman. But Eli, I think we both kind of agreed that in that particular movie, anybody could have played that role.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
It pretty much. I mean, for one thing, Michael Keaton, other than a few scenes, he was actually kind of a bad Bruce Wayne. He really wasn't that good as Bruce Wayne. He was kind of uninteresting.
Yeah, he was kind of quirky, and he played Bruce Wayne for like laughs.
Right, and that's not how Bruce Wayne's supposed to be. Now, the Batman scenes were awesome, but most of them were in the shadows. Most of them were covered up. Anybody could, and it was body armor. Anybody could play that role. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
So honestly, we're freaking out about Robert Pattinson, but it's going to be the same way. He's going to be in the shadows. His face is going to be covered up. He's going to have a stunt double half the time, just like Ben Affleck would go crazy with the warehouse scene in BVS. Oh, the warehouse scene, awesome. Ben Affleck wasn't in one frame in that scene.
Yeah.
Some other guy, and then Ben Affleck shows up after the fact.
And I look at his face, cover up half of his face. He's got a Batman-esque chin, I guess.
I mean, that's really, when you're casting Batman, that's the only thing you need. Well, you need three things. A white guy. A white guy with a chin, and a white guy that looks like he's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and other than that, you're basically casting Bruce Wayne.
And that's it. You're casting Bruce Wayne. That's it.
Yeah. You need a white guy who looks good in a tuxedo.
That's it.
Who can play a rich white guy.
Right, and get a stunt double that looks like him.
And that's every white actor in Hollywood.
Right. So we're bitching about because this one good-looking white guy doesn't look like that good-looking white guy. Like,
yeah,
fuck.
I just think he's a little too young. I mean, that's my thing. But I guess he's in his 30s, which I was like, holy shit. Like, what's he, baby livers? Like, dude looks like he's fucking got out of 8th grade. Like, what the hell?
Maybe he's a vampire for real. We don't know.
Yeah.
He's a daywalker. So that's why we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait because we did the same thing with Ben Affleck. We freaked out. Ben Affleck is still probably my favorite Batman. That's just me. I know people are divided on Batman because I've seen the memes. I've seen the meme that said Ben Affleck destroyed Batman. There's nothing worse the DCEU can do. And then they show a picture of this guy saying, "Hold my crack pipe." And then he shows up and that's it.
He's a good Batman. He was just in a shitty Batman movie,
Wait,
he wasn't in a good Batman movie.
Okay, here's my thing about Ben Affleck, and I know I said he's my favorite, but I'm gonna be realistic. I'm not gonna be a fanboy. Batman v Superman proved everybody wrong about Ben Affleck, but Justice League proved everybody right. He gave the fuck up in that movie, especially in those reshoots. You can tell it's like when you're at work and you got 10 minutes left to clock out. You don't really give a shit. That was Ben Affleck in Justice League.
I don't think I paid attention to it that much.
It was pretty. I've watched Justice League several times. Like I said, I'm unapologetic about Justice League. It's probably still my favorite DCEU movie. However, I will fully admit all the flaws in that movie, and Ben Affleck completely checked out of that movie. You can tell if you watching it, especially because I watched so much I can pick up on the reshoots, like when Zack Snyder did it and when Joss Whedon did it, and it's different when Zack Snyder did it and Joss Whedon do it. You can tell it's like because they'll intercut them right between each other.
It's funny because like Batman's still my favorite parts of the Justice League movie. Involves all
I was laughing my ass off on those Batman scenes. I'm gonna tell you, there's one scene in Justice League where it's so hilarious that nobody caught. Okay, so the Parademons are coming at all the Justice League members, and like Flash running through them, Cyborg running through them, Wonder Woman's cutting through them. Batman is stuck on one parademon the entire fight scene, and he can't beat that one guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like weird as fucking like it's like he's getting to a real fight. You thinking Batman's like cutting through parademons like he's stuck on one parademon, and the parademon's like kicking his ass. And he didn't finally beat that parademon until all the other Justice League members beat the parademon.
So he's like Jack Burton in Big Trouble in Little
It was
China.
bad. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the hell? Why is Batman struggling with this one parademon so hard?
Yeah, he's like spends the whole battle fighting one guy.
Like one guy. I'm like, this shit is hilarious, and nobody has noticed this.
Time to go, Jack.
So that's my thing about that movie. It's a good movie, but it's some bad parts in it. And some of the bad parts I laugh at it. So that's what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Twilight Batman. So we've done this shit before. We know with the internet is gonna bitch about him, and I know people keep throwing up this. Well, Heath Ledger we should have given Heath Ledger a chance. Why don't we give everybody a chance? Heath Ledger is more used to the time the exception, not the rule. Yes, he was a great Joker. But most of the time when people are miscasting roles, they're usually bad at these roles. Like Nicolas Cage was not a good Ghost Rider. We knew that from the beginning.
Yeah, I'll give you that. As much as I like that movie, yeah, he sucks.
He sucked. Jesse Eisenberg, we knew he was going to be a bad Joker.
Or Lex Luthor.
Oh.
Yeah, he'd be a bad Joker too.
Joker to me. It doesn't matter.
A Riddler. He was a good Riddler.
He was a good Riddler. That's what he was playing. Now he was a perfect Riddler, but a bad Lex Luthor. So,
yeah.
But we saw that coming a mile away. We knew it was going to be bad. So, like, what the hell, you know?
Yeah.
And that's usually how it goes. You know, most of the time when people are cast as, you know, they look like they're bad for the roles. Most of the time they're bad. Halle Berry's Catwoman. We knew that was going to be bad. And so nobody was like, we told you. Like, no, this shit was bad to begin with. Everybody that was cast in the Fan Four Stick movie, we knew they were going to be bad. And so, like I
put
said,
way too much thought into this shit, man.
I'm just saying, I know. That's what I do. I overthink. That's what I do. So, yeah, like I said, Heath Ledger is the exception, not the rule. So we really need to stop bringing up that argument about Heath Ledger this and Heath Ledger that. I mean, maybe this guy would be good. We don't know. Let's at least wait for a headshot or something, anything. And then we can, grab our pitchforks and torches and, go to his house and stuff.
I mean, yeah, because when I first heard, I was like, what are they doing? Another Batman Year One type of story? Because we already saw that when Batman Begins. It's like, I don't need to see that again. I don't know.
That was like so long ago. That was 2006.
Wow.
Yeah. So they can remake that movie and nobody would even, like most of the audience wasn't even born at that time.
But then we're already seeing Gotham too. It's like we've seen Gotham.
Yeah, and that was bad because that last episode looked like a shitty version of Batman Begins.
Yeah.
And so what can you do? I don't know. Like I said, I'll give him a chance. I'll wait till I see the first headshot.
And we're gonna see it. Everyone's gonna fucking see it.
We're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna see the Batman. Yeah. I'm more interested in the villains anyway. If they cast somebody as a good villain, we won't really care who's in the Batman suit.
Shit,
and that's the thing about the Michael Keaton movie. Jack Nicholson stole that movie.
Yeah, and Nicholas Hoult, shit, let him do the Joker. Shit.
I don't want Beast playing Batman. That's just me.
Yeah. I mean,
But I don't want Twilight playing him either. But I'm just saying it's.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, fucking let him. Like that kid. I mean, that dude's a good actor. He could play one of the villains. Shit.
Yeah.
I don't know who.
But here's the thing: they're making Robert Pattinson a thing. They're like the machine, the Hollywood machine is behind him. He's gonna be in a Nolan movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't know.
His newest fucking.
He got a new one. I think he's working on right now. It's supposed to come out before this Batman movie. So you got Matt Reeves and Nolan, really pushing him to be a thing. So
he was already a thing for a while.
I mean, that was different. He was like to horny teenage girls. He was a heartthrob. Now they're trying to sell him to us.
To dudes,
right? I mean, Brad Pitt was the same way. Brad Pitt was this heartthrob that I never watched any of his movies until he was in Fight Club. They'll say, "Hey, that guy's pretty awesome."
Yeah,
change my whole opinion of him. So, can Robert Pattinson, be a teen heartthrob and become Batman? That's the thing. We'll see. See what have we got? I think all we got. Oh, since we're gonna stay on Batman, let's stay on Batman? Can we talk about Hush?
Sure.
Okay, now, like I said, Hush is a comic that I honestly didn't think they were going to make a movie about because it's a little bit too big and too ambitious to be. But they are making an animated version of Hush. And I can already tell they already changed a bunch of shit from the book. So I don't know how they're going to do this. I hope they don't fuck it up like they did. What's that other book? The Killing Joke? You know.
Oh, yeah.
Because like I said, when we did our top 5 Batman books, Hush was very high on both of our lists. You know, one of the best Batman stories of all time.
Yeah.
So hopefully they don't fuck this up.
Well, the book was just an excuse to have Jim Lee draw every character in the Batman universe.
Right. That was the whole reason about it. But overall, but let's look at it a different way. Like I said, we love Jim Lee. What do you think about the actual story of Hush?
It's the story. It's a mystery. You're trying to figure out who it is. I mean, and like I said, it was just storyline. I'm not going to say mediocre, but it moved for a comic book fan. It was exciting because you got to see, like I'm saying, you got to see Jim Lee draw all these characters, all these fan favorite characters come out in that story.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and they all had new designs and stuff. That was the cool part about it.
Yeah, and so just to see all that, it was a fun read. You know. But, looking back as drama, how drama works.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of filler in that, in that story.
I mean, because they made it so long. It was a year-long story.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that.
There was a lot of filler in that, just because it was trying to, satiate our appetites. Like, ooh, Superman's being controlled by, what's her face? And that's just an excuse it's just an excuse to have Jim Lee draw Superman.
Right.
And Batman fight.
Right, Batman fight Superman again. But I think people miss the whole point of Hush. They keep thinking Hush is the big bad of that story, but he wasn't. It was actually the Riddler.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people miss the point of that. And I want to know it. I want to see if this story that comes out, will they do it? Because it seemed like they're trying to make it like Hush is just the big bad of this when it really wasn't that thing. It was like the supervillains all got together and teamed up to try to take down Batman, Lex Luthor included, and it just said, and Hush was kind of like their group, because they all wore Hush's outfit. Like Killer Croc had that trench coat, Two-Face, Joker, Riddler, Jason Todd, all those guys like that, so they were all in on the secret, which is why they called it Hush.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I mean, the actual Hush guy doesn't have any superpowers.
Yeah, he's just a dude. Yeah,
he's just Bruce Wayne's homie and shit.
That's it. And then he was sold. And then only reason they found out because they were sold out by a guy that hasn't even been introduced in these movies yet. Remember Harold and Ace? Like most people don't know that Batman in the '90s had all his weapons and Batmobile stuff like that, not made by Lucius Fox, by a homeless bum that just lived in the Batcave.
No, I did not know that.
You didn't know that? Yeah, that was in Nightfall and all this shit.
Oh damn, it's been a while.
Yeah. His name was Harold, and he had a dog named Ace. And Ace, of course, Ace the Bat Hound. They kind of, repurposed him, anything like that. But anyway, he was a bum that just lived in the Batcave. Batman found out he was good with, mechanic stuff like that. He's like, hey, I'll let you live here in my Batcave for free. You just fix my shit. It's kind of fucked up when you think about it, but yeah, that's the thing. So, that's Hush. Now, like I said, since I let you talk about Game of Thrones, can I talk about the CW season finales?
By all means.
Okay, I know everybody's about to cut this shit off right now. So please, I'm going to go through it as fast as possible. Please don't cut off the podcast while I talk about
this. Now, wait. When was that Crisis? Was that this year or last year?
Technically, it was last year. Crisis on Two Earths or...
Yeah, okay.
Whatever the fuck it was. I can't remember.
All right, yeah.
Identity Crisis, something. I can't remember. Elseworlds, that's what it was called.
Okay.
Identity Crisis made so much more sense. Why didn't they call it that? Anyway, that was last year, but late last year. So this year is going to be Crisis on Infinite Earth, and they're going all out for it. So basically how the Flash ended, I'm going to run through real quick. His daughter phased out of reality because she changed the timeline, blah, blah, blah. Arrow, he had another evil sister that popped up to try to kill him. She turned good, died, blah, 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 whatever like that. Anyway, both though, and Supergirl, I didn't watch that shit. But anyway, what happened in all three of those is the Monitor shows up and basically tells them that, the end of the world is coming, blah, blah, blah. So Crisis is coming. And the ending of Arrow was very interesting because Arrow, quits being Arrow, lives in a cottage, with his wife Felicity. He has a baby girl, and then Monitor shows will be like, it's time. You got to come with me. Because he made a deal on that last show basically saying when the crisis comes, he's going to take the place of Flash and Supergirl. Now, for those that don't know, in the actual original story back in the 80s of the Crisis on Infinite Earths comic, Flash and Supergirl die. And I'm talking about like they die and come back like 2 years later. No, they were gone like for decades, both of them. Mm-hmm. So the Monitor tells Arrow that, yeah, they're going to die. They have to die. That's how the story's played out. So, but he makes a secret deal with him, like, don't let them die. Let me take their place like that. And I'm pretty sure that's how Arrow's going to end, because it's going to be a short season. It's going to be the series finale also. So let's go ahead and put Arrow down for the best last season finale episode.
Oh, is that this year?
Technically. I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but it's going to be this year.
Okay.
We're talking in future tense, So yeah, that's the thing. So basically, they're gonna make Crisis a thing when the season starts this fall. It's gonna be in all 5 shows. It's gonna be a Supergirl, Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and Batwoman. Oh shit, we've got to talk about Batwoman.
Black Lightning? Ain't no Black Lightning in there and shit.
Nah. Racist ass. I guess because Black Lightning is like in another production company, like in Atlanta, they get too hard to coordinate. I don't know. I'm trying to find a reason, but yeah, Black Lightning's out. So, but yeah, that's the thing. So it's going to be in those 5 shows. It's going to be all communicating. And I guess we can talk about Batwoman real quick. Oh yeah, Batwoman actually looks more like Batman than Robert Pattinson. Is that me? That's probably really fucked up to say, but that's just me. That's what I was thinking. But anyway, they got a Batwoman show coming out.
Oh man,
that's what I got. So hopefully
you could play Batwoman. Oh, okay. I wouldn't know the difference.
Wouldn't even know the difference. They both look like they're Twilight vampires and shit. So.
Yeah.
That's all I got. So hopefully everybody hadn't clicked off on the CW reviews yet. I'm done with it. We can move on. Okay. That being said, we're gonna move to the video game section. Really light news, but big news. Microsoft and Sony are teaming up for next generation for their consoles.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
Yeah, it's something very specific they're doing. So, okay, remember I talked about a couple weeks ago about how Google has their thing coming out called Stadia.
Oh yeah.
So they got a cloud service called Stadia coming out. Apple has something also called Apple Arcade. So they have their own cloud service coming out. So basically, cloud gaming is going to be a thing, like a big thing, and people are putting big money into it. Now, I don't know how many people have PlayStations. You probably look at PlayStation, but I think everybody that has a PlayStation agree one thing: PlayStation Network sucks ass. So
I guess, yeah,
it's fucking terrible. It is ass. It sucks balls. However, Microsoft, they're Microsoft. Of course, they're gonna have better online service because they're Microsoft. So they're teaming up with Microsoft to help them improve their online service.
Okay.
So their next cloud service that comes out with is going to be Microsoft powered. So they're going to use that to compete because basically Nintendo's fuck them. Sony and Microsoft have to team up because, like I said, Google is Google. So I'm telling them what they have coming down the pipes now. So they have to combine their resources to make sure that they stay. Basically, they're enemies, but they have to team up, in this one issue to take down the bad guy.
Okay.
So uneasy alliance, let's call it that. All the news I got in video game section. There's probably some other shit that happened. I was
wondering, what games is Google gonna come out with?
Well, they showed one game. They showed Assassin's Creed 3. It's like a new game that was out, and they played, and the guy played it on Digital Foundry, and they said it played fine. Like it don't look exactly like it is, but he said it played. There was no lag on it. His internet speed wasn't even that fast. It's like because Google has their own Wi-Fi that they've created that nobody knows about. So and they say it plays on any platform, like your iPhone, your cell phone, your Chromebook. You can play like any new game that's out. That if it's offered on there. So if they make that shit the way they're sounding like, it does sound like it might kill Sony and Microsoft, which is why they're teaming up to come back.
Well, I'm just saying, what game is it gonna Is the game gonna be cool?
I mean, they're basically gonna have the same games that Sony and Microsoft will have.
Oh, so they're gonna have like Call of Duty and all that shit.
Like that shit. Grand Theft Auto, that shit. Yeah.
Oh, well then, yeah. Well, yeah.
Right.
I thought they were. I thought they were gonna have it's gonna be like, yo, you got Sonic on Genesis and Mario on
right. No, not that bullshit. Not Candy Crush. No.
You know what I'm saying?
They actually got real games that are gonna be on there. So they're coming out the gates with this. So.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty interesting. Like I said,
Interesting. Yeah.
yeah, but like I said, they're hyping it up so much. I'm like, there's no way this can be true. But if it is true, Sony and Microsoft are scared. So maybe it is true. So I don't know. Let me say, can we move on to the next part of the podcast?
Sure.
Okay, this is where we actually get into the meat of the podcast. We actually talk about the comic books. We're the comic book bullies, and we do review comic books. We don't just talk about Robert Pattinson's jawline. We actually talk about comic books on here. So I guess I go first.
Yeah, go read your book of the week.
Okay, here we go. Let's just get this shit out the way first. Book of the week is going to be War of the Realms. One of them, I don't even remember. Whatever the last one is, that's what it is. Okay.
War of the Realms.
Yeah. I should know this. I'm not going to look this up. I'll figure it out when we do it. Anyway, how the book starts off is that all of the 9 realms of all the good guys on these 9 realms have all came to Midgard. They've all met back into Midgard to Avengers Mansion. And they're still being overran by dark elves and frost giants and all the bullshit like that. And they're trying to attack Avengers Mansion, but somehow Shuri has hacked into the Dark Celestial. The Dark Celestial that was in the first arc of the Jason Aaron run of the Avengers book. So she's hacked into the Dark Celestial like some kind of robot. And War of the Realms number 4. That's what I'm going to say. So she's hacked to the Dark Celestial like a robot and just blasting away anybody that comes to the Avengers Mountain. So the bad guys can't take Avengers Mountain for shit. So it's like the safest place on the planet right now because they've overrun everything else, even Antarctica for some reason. And there's only one way in and one way out, and that is the Black Bifrost. And the Black Bifrost is in Swavelheim, the Dark World.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what it are right now. So Malekith sees that something like he realizes something's not right in the Dark World, so he decides to go back to the Dark World and take all of his bad guys there to him. And he sees Thor's mom there with the Black Bifrost sword that controls his Bifrost, and she's just laying waste to his entire Dark Elves army. She's killing like the whole planet, like everybody. So he brings his folks there, and he like stabs the shit out of her with like this black rod, this black sword, and she's like still fighting away, and they're like, "Oh no, you're gonna stop fighting!" And then the black sword turns into the Venom symbiote. So that's what it was the whole time. He's been controlling the Venom. He took the Venom symbiote, and now it's under his control now. And so this like the symbiote starts wrapping around her neck, start choking her and shit like that. And she's about to die. And then Odin wakes up in Avengers Mansion like, hold up, why are you all back here? And where's my wife? Where's my y'all left my wife back in the Dark World? She's like, well, she told us to leave her because there was no way to get there. We can cut off the Bifrost, but we can't do it on this end. And Odin said, nah, don't worry about it. Let me do it. I'm gonna go get my wife back. And then Tony Stark shows up. Be like, whoa, Odin, before you go, I got something for you. I got something for you to help you out so you don't go in there by yourself. He was like, well, Stark, spit it out. Hold up, what you got? Okay, I got something for you. Shuri helped me out. Laced it with vibranium, laced it, the whole thing. Like, give me the suit. And apparently, it is an Iron Man suit laced in vibranium. Like, it's missing an eye and all this shit like that, just like Deathstroke, because he's awesome. And they even call it the Iron Allfather. And so, Odin flies in with the Iron Man suit with Frigga, and they just lay waste to all the Dark Elves shit like that. And then Odin tells Frigga, you got to destroy the Black Bifrost so they can't get back to Earth. And we're like, but if they can't get back, we can't get back. Well, wait, we're just going to die here, and that's going to be it. And they kiss, and they blow up the Bifrost, and that's it. So they're stuck. So now Malekith is on the other side, and he can't get back to Midgard. Earth. I'm not a damn Viking. Okay. Earth. But all his forces are still there overrunning the Earth. So the Avengers still got to get the guys that are still here off there. And while they're doing that, Thor wakes up because Thor got fucked up in Jotunheim, but he's woke back up. He's still missing his arm because his arm got shattered. So he grabs the Destroyer's arm and replaces Destroyer's arm with his own. And he's like, no, I'm going to lead the war to get these fuckers off our planet. And that's how the book ends.
Cool.
Yeah. Overall, honestly, I'm liking the book, man, to be honest with you. I know I've been talking shit about Water Reels, but it's actually like the more it's getting on, the more it's getting cool because they're throwing all this Norse shit in there. It's reminding me of that God of War PS4 game. Like the last one came out, with all the Norse shit. You can tell there's some heavy influence on there. So.
Yeah.
And so, and our Malekith's controlling Venom like a dog, that shit never happens. Yeah, that's just some cover bullshit. But yeah, all the while, I'm gonna get a 4 out of 5. Strong book. So.
Cool. All right, let's see. What do I got? Should I do Immortal Hulk, number 17?
Let's go for it.
Oh yeah, so probably one of the best comics on the rack right now, in
Yeah,
my
right.
opinion.
Getting awards left and right. People saying there's no good Marvel books, but
Yeah. Al Ewing, just knocking it out of the park. So we've heard in last issue, Bruce Banner and Doc Samson, they infiltrated Shadow Base because they they have they stole Rick Jones' corpse and are doing experiments on it. So they break into the base, but they were waiting for both of them, and they knock Bruce Banner or the Hulk with ultraviolet light, which basically mimics sunlight, which makes him turn back into Bruce Banner. So in this version, yeah, the Hulk only comes out at night. So they turn him back into Bruce Banner and then shoot him. And they think, okay, we're going to kill him. But it turns out that Bruce Banner, his personality got taken over by none other than Joe Fixit. So that's where we are in this in this issue. Joe Fixit, his personality has taken over Banner's body, and it's just basically him and Bushwhacker kind of getting into a fight. Bushwhacker shot. Is Doc Samson? He shot Doc Samson, but is he dead? I'm trying to fucking.
what did he shoot him with? Because Doc Sam's supposed to be bulletproof, right?
He shot him with whatever Bushwhacker's gun, his handguns or whatever. You know how he can morph his body into guns and shit.
Oh yeah.
So either way, it's basically Bushwhacker versus Fixit inside Bruce Banner's body, and you basically just see Mr. Fixit kind of thinking his way out of the situation, using his mentality because he was the smartest Hulk, and basically hacks into the computer and gets himself recharged with gamma radiation.
Okay.
And he hulks out and whips ass, and at the end, and then takes off. And at the end of the book, they show, we still got the people at Shadow Base, all the doctors, like, the Hulk escaped, but at least we still have Rick Jones' corpse, and the first phase of the experiment is done. And it shows the last page, the Abomination. They used him and Blonsky's DNA.
Is he blue?
He is like grayish. He looks like a fish.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking, is it A-bomb? Because it used to be A-bomb.
It doesn't say anything. Like it doesn't. It just looks. He's inside of the petri dish thing
Okay.
in that water tank and shit.
Okay, because Rick Jones did become like a blue Abomination type.
Yeah,
thing.
A-bomb. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're mixing. They do mention they got Rick Jones's corpse, but they're mixing Blonsky's DNA.
Okay, so he probably will be the new
gamma tissue. Yeah. Gamma tissue. Gamma tissue recovered from the corpse of Emil Blonsky. So it's basically them two blending together.
Okay, so he probably will be the Abomination, and they are going to fight, and
Yeah, so
interesting.
This is another 5 out of 5. I've been just digging this book.
Okay.
The cover's dope too. This Alex Ross cover. He's been doing all the covers, but it shows them going through like the Gamma hallway, and it looks like the Alien hallway, like the H.R. Giger Alien. It looks like that kind of like design, all the pipes and biomechanical, designs on the hallway and shit. So it's cool. This horror-esque Hulk book.
Nice. Okay. Shoot, what book I got next? Oh, I guess we can do Guardians.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we can do Guardians. Guardians of the Galaxy #5. Down in case y'all. Yeah, coming cast. We're stealing your shit. We don't care. So yeah, basically how the book starts off is that last issue, Quill was trying to protect Gamora from getting shot by the Dark Guardians, and he jumped in front of a bullet and he caught the bullet. So everybody's thinking he's dead at the beginning of the book. Turns out he's wearing body armor. Apparently he's been stabbed and shot and so many times. He's like, maybe I should start wearing body armor. So he wears that. Wakes up. Gamora's gone because they couldn't stop the Dark Guardians from taking her. And we go to the ship, and then we find out where they're taking it to. They're taking it back to Star Fox's base. And he's like, Uncle Star Fox, what are you doing? That's what Gamora says to Star Fox. He was like, Thanos never really gave a shit about you, right? He's only using you. He made you for this one purpose. And he was like, oh, you just And then Gamora says some fucked up shit to him, basically calling him Little Titan. And it's like the worst thing you could say to Star Fox. Like, he always hated being called Little Titan because it means he's in Thanos' shadow. Dude, like, Gladiator, kill her for me. Like, rip her head off. And he's like, gladly, with pleasure. Before he can do that, Hela comes out of nowhere and stabs Gladiator right through the gut, and watches him bleed out while he's on the ground,
Purple blood, too.
Yeah, purple blood all over the ground. And then Cosmic Ghost Rider, comes out of nowhere, gets ready to attack Hela. Hela throws her hand up, blows all the smoke at him, turns into a skeleton. And then she was like, you're just another dead man. And he was like, yes, my queen. Because he's dead, she can control him.
Yeah, all that power in the body of a dead man.
Yeah, because we thought that Cosmic Ghost Rider would be like the most powerful motherfucker in comics. And she just takes him out like nothing.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, that's crazy. Okay. And then she looks at Nebula, and she was like, well, you got any problem? And Nebula's like, I don't care. Just kill Gamora. Just kill her. I had no problem with you, Hela. Like, Gamora? I didn't even know she was in the room. I don't even care about her. Like, she's a non-factor to me. Just walked right past Gamora like she's not even there. Gamora's kind of insulted, but like, whatever. And she's like, no. My core, because she's not even Thanos' real bloodline.
Yeah.
Thanos is always going to come back as a Titan. And she looks at Star Fox. He was like, oh, no. She's like, oh, yes. And then Star Fox realizes mind starts getting taken over, something like that, and he becomes Thanos. And then he turns, my love, my queen, and then he kisses Hela, because they've been planning this shit the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
I'm missing something. What else happened? What else happened after that?
Well, doesn't the Guardians come and find basically they find Gamora alive, and they're like, in Thanos' body. They're like, oh, what the fuck happened? It's like, she basically tells them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then Star Fox goes, I think, to the negative zone, finds his Thanos' body, because he's about to implant himself back into Thanos' body.
Nowhere. They go to nowhere.
Oh, they go to nowhere. They're right. Not the negative zone, nowhere. I got him confused. Okay, so yeah, that's what we're going to do. He's about to put himself back in Thanos' body, which is going to bring Thanos back.
Mm-hmm.
So that didn't take long.
Yeah.
Apparently, a decapitated head is not enough to kill Thanos. So, overall, yeah, I'm gonna give the fuck a 4.5 out of 5. It was just a strong book, entertaining. Donny Cates is always nice at the park with this. I'm loving this Guardians run right here. Only knock I can give is just it's not. They don't give me too much story. I mean, I wish the story would move a little bit more. They give me more story in it, But the dialogue is still entertaining enough. It didn't feel like a drag,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm digging this book too.
Yeah,
I had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, the Hela basically taking out everybody.
Yeah, I was like, damn, Hela's that strong. But you would think, yeah, she should be that strong.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Yeah,
that was pretty dope. All right, I guess I'll go with another Star Wars Age of Rebellion one shot. This time we got Lando Calrissian. And
this deal gets worse every time.
Yeah, what have we here? So basically, this is in the events before Empire. Lando is the administrator of Bespin, Cloud City, and he's in debt. He's having a hard time running things. He's he owes all these debts. He can't he can't pay off all his services to run the city. He's thinking about ditching out and taking the payroll of all his workers and dipping out, just to say fuck it, him and Lobot. But then he gets offered a job by like this billionaire alien who runs this mining colony. He's like, hey, if you go, my nephew is like this degenerate gambler. Can you go rescue him? And if you do that, I'll give you your own mining colony. And all your worries, financial worries, will basically disappear. So Lando says sure. So he goes there and gets the job and does the job, gets his gets the nephew. But it turns out the workforce that he had for the mining colony, were they a slave colony or something like that? So Lando's like, oh, fuck that shit. I ain't down with this. So basically it just turns out, Lando's got honor. That he's not just this, swindler, this hustler, that he does have a conscience. And we see that. And so after all that shit, he didn't sell out. He could have taken the money and became rich, but he's like, nah, man. So this was okay. I give it you know, there's not a lot of action. It's just basically, you know, Lando kind of being witty, so to speak. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. You know, I mean, it's another one of these one shots. I guess I'm getting a little tired of these one shots and stuff, you know, because yeah, in the end, I mean, with the Boba Fett book, there's nothing really, you know, intriguing is happening. It's just a one shot, you know, day in the life of these characters, and really nothing. There's no big revelation happening. So yeah, 3 out of 5. So.
Okay, cool. I guess this one is going to be our book of the week, Eli, because we both read this one, and I'm actually shocked you read this one.
Yeah, I figured, fuck it. The cover looked cool, so I was.
Yeah. So yeah, our book of the week is Superman number 11.
Yeah.
Which I didn't think that, of course, obviously I was going to review it. You knew that was going to happen because I want to keep up because I'm the only person that's still sticking with Bendis on this.
Yeah.
You know, but basically how the book starts off is that General Zod is waking up from an ass beating that happened like several issues ago that I kind of forgot what happened was. And the basic person that gave him that ass beating was Rogozar. Rogozar was whooping his ass, basically asking Zod, does he want something to eat? They tell him, do you want to know why I didn't kill you? The reason I didn't kill you, because we're both stuck in the Phantom Zone, and people are telling me around here that you've escaped the Phantom Zone a couple times. So I need you to tell me how to get out of here. And Zod is like, why the hell should I tell you anything? And then he turns around, he sees like his chief scientist, Jack Sewer, standing behind Rogozar. He's like, wait, are you teaming up with him? You're like, yeah. I mean, yeah, he killed Krypton, but he's not that bad of a guy once you get to know him. You know? So that's kind of where they go from there. So cut to the present time. Apparently what happened in the last issue is that Superman and Jonathan, Superboy, both basically teleport to where Jor-El is. And Jor-El is under an interstellar conflict right now. He got 3 different intergalactic races trying to kill him right now. You got the Thanagarians, you got the Coons. That's fucked up when I think about it. They don't spell it the way you think they spell it.
Well, the way you say it.
Yeah, the way I say it. Okay, and then the last one, I'm not even going to pronounce them. I can't remember the name. But anyway, 3 different races are trying to kill Jor-El right now. They don't explain why they're trying to kill him. So Superman basically stops this interstellar conflict just because he's Superman. He just shows them tell the Thanagarians, stop fighting. You're like, you know I'm Superman, right? I'm like, yeah. Okay, stop fighting. You're like, okay, I'm done. The other guys, he threatened them. The other guys, he tell them, like, why don't you stop fighting? You know, he actually has a conversation with them. He's like, why are we fighting? That's your dad, though, right? Why don't you ask him why we're fighting? You know, and then he goes to Jor-El, but he talks to Jor-El in the super speak, you know, because they only got like a second before they start firing back on him. They basically have a conversation about what's going on, and Jor-El's like, okay, why are you here? And I'm surprised that Rogozar and General Zod didn't come after you first instead of coming after me, because they were trying to kill me. But the only reason they didn't kill me because these other guys trying to kill me, so they took off. And it was like, well, anyway, we need to get out of here. And then as soon as they stop doing the super speak, Rogozar comes in. They're like, oh shit. So Superman attacks Rogozar because, you know, if he don't, Jonathan might attack him, and he don't want his son attacking Rogozar. So he attacks Rogozar, and then General Zod is standing behind Superboy. Superboy punched the shit out of General Zod, gets a good shot in on him. But of course, it's General Zod. They ain't gonna do too much to him. So General Zod throws Jonathan against the ship. I'm getting all my names mixed up. Jor-El is trying to get his ships restarted, like crank the engine or something like that. He can get the fuck up out of there. But before General Zod can like punch the shit out of Superboy and just, you know, fucking kill him, somebody else gets teleported in there, and it's Supergirl and Krypto. So apparently the entire House of El is about to wage war on 3 different races and Rogozar and General Zod. In the next issue, to be continued.
In the next issue.
Right. So, yeah, I'm pretty cool. I like it. Like I said, it's a pretty cool issue. A lot of action that was going on in there. Rogozar, a lot of people kind of divide on him as a villain. He's pretty cool when he comes up because, you know, he's going to be a threat that Superman can't stop. So why not? Because he's beating Superman's ass every single time they fought.
Yeah.
You know?
He looks like Pitt. Remember the old Image comic?
Oh, yeah. He does like this. That's not a good thing. I didn't like the pitch design.
So...
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little disappointed because I picked it up just for the cover. I'm like, damn, Rogozar just whipped the shit out of everybody on the cover. I'm thinking that's what's going to happen, and it turns out they don't really.
But that's what doing on all these covers we do. They like Venom's not a dog. You know, they sell you on one thing, and then you read the book, and none of this shit happens.
Yeah, but I gotta say the art's awesome.
Oh
Who's
yeah,
doing
that's
this
that
art?
Ivan Rice guy. I mean,
Yeah,
he used to do the Aquaman books, like when he
Yeah.
first started.
yeah, this is dope. I mean, yeah, I didn't know what was going on. I just, like I said, I just picked it up because of the cover, and I was like, Leroy's gonna read this, so I'm gonna pick it up and read it just to,
Well, it's
no, yeah,
following the narrative of the last book, so yeah, it's
yeah. So I mean, did I read that first Superman book? I read the Action Comics. I read the Action Comics book.
well. See, the thing is, the Action Comics have a completely different storyline going on in that one.
Yeah,
Like he's
and
not
then
even in space in that one.
yeah, and I think I would read the first issue or two of the Superman run, and then fell off. And you've been just telling me about it. So
Yeah. But yeah, Superman and Action Comics like could be run, supposed to be happening at the same time. They kind of refer to each other, but yeah, two different things going on. So Rogazar doesn't show up in the Action Comic books at all, like never.
yeah.
So,
So yeah, I thought this was all right. Like I said, I thought I was a little misled, but I might get the next issue now because that sounds like they're gonna all throw down the House of L United. So
yeah, I mean, because it did look like General Zod. I don't know if General Zod was gonna punch the shit out of Superboy, or it looked like they would have a conversation. It was kind of hard to tell. I don't know. Maybe it was the way they designed it. I don't know. But overall, I'm giving the book a 4 out of 5. Like I said, I'm still enjoying Bendis. It like the next book is the one where really all the shit goes down. I did like Superman just showing up and just stopping wars. If he's Superman, he's like, cease to be destroyed. And they can stop fighting.
Yeah.
Even if he wasn't gonna do anything, but he's Superman. So yeah, that's what I give it. That's all I got. Unless you got something else.
I'm good. That's all I got.
Damn, that's it. Okay.
We both read the same shit. So
we read the same shit, so they kind of like condensed everything, so made it easier. So
yeah.
That being said, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, and subscribe. We have a sister podcast, Geek Sav. We have a Comic Cast, which probably going to review the same books we did. Want to interested in seeing what they say. We have Hoodoo TV. We have Get Valiant. We have This Geeks and Comics. They record whenever they want to. I don't know when the next one is going to be. And yeah, that's all. Like I said, next week is episode 100, unless I completely got my number wrong. If it is, then it's not. But if it is, definitely listen in, and we'll try to do something big or not.
Yeah, have a party. Yeah.
Yeah. Or Drunk Podcast. I was gonna do it this week, but I was like, So we'll see how it goes. I don't want to do that because I want to say the wrong thing at other podcast networks that we have on here. You know what, Boogie? Animate Adams. All right.
Wrestling's fake.
It's real to me, damn it. I'm not gonna get into it with them. Like I said, let's do it next week. We'll go from there. That being said, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
And 100 and beyond. Some bullshit.